and welcome back. So in this video we're going to talk about the second manifestation killer, which is negative self-talk. And I'm going to explain this subject from a completely different perspective than I originally wanted, because I want to give the power back to you. I want you to see what's really going on, so you are not anymore in the feeling that you are defeated by the negative talk and the inner talk and this chatter, and then you can't do anything about this, and it's more powerful than you, because it's not true, but it does feel like that. So I want to give a solution for this and how to tame your mind. Right, with that said, in the first manifestation killer, I talked about the attachment to the outcome. I also want to add a few ideas to that, and then I'm going to continue with the negative self-talk. But before we do that, let's just come to the real definition. I want to start with actually you knowing what exactly manifestation is. It's not you wanting to change reality or trying to manipulate it with your mind or trying to control reality. So manifestation is not that. And I'm going to use the definition which one of my favorite teachers, Nero, came to this conclusion, and I found it so powerful that I actually spent almost 2 weeks only contemplating this one definition. And I'm also really recommending you to do the same. It's so powerful that if you allow to repeat this definition over and over again in your mind and allow it to sink, allow it to have this time for you to understand it, only this one will shift your reality. So manifestation is internally coming to a point where you are no longer emotionally dependent on seeing your reality change. I'm going to repeat this again. It's so powerful. So write it down for yourself. Somewhere you can really read it and allow yourself to kind of think about this, even if it's not really thinking about this, but allowing to contemplate, I would say. So manifestation is internally coming to a point where you are no longer emotionally dependent or emotionally attached to seeing your reality change. Basically, that you come to a point where you feel good, free, peaceful, content, relieved without it and with it as well. So you feel the same way. You don't care anymore. And I really looked back at all my manifestations that they looked like they're coming out of nowhere, and then they were just so easy. And every time I went back and I kind of looked back at exactly what happened before, days before, weeks before, when did I create and how much time it needed to come into my reality, and what was the exact same things that were true for all of them. And I'm thinking about flats and houses and free travels and relationships and other stuff like mobile phones coming out of nowhere, and many things that came, situation, circumstances, gifts. And it was true for all of them that I was in an emotional state that when I desired it, I really desired it in this way. It would be really nice to have that, or it would be really nice to have that experience, or I wonder how that would feel like, or that must feel really nice. But then I did not take it to the next level. Like I did not sit down and think, now I need to do something in order to have that. It was just a moment where I was feeling already whole and complete, or already in a good place. And then from that good place, this kind of thought, or let's say desire, came out of me, and then it just left. So I was not attached. I didn't want anything from it. It was just, let's say, an innocent wish. And all the time when I had that, they became part of my reality soon after. So yes, this definition is absolutely accurate. So understanding that when you are able inside of you to nurture what you want to see outside of you, but completely independent of what you see outside of you, then that manifestation, that's when you are in power, an empowered creator, because you don't care about what's going outside of you, which is already the effect, by the way, of your vibration. So you as a creator, you are sitting in the middle of your universe and you are vibrating. Your emotions, your dominant emotions, are creating a vibration that is being put out there, and the universe reflects that into situation and circumstances. So if when you are, okay, so let me translate that. Let's say you want more money. Because you want more freedom, right? Because we want money because it gives us an emotion. So the emotion usually to money is feeling safe or secure or free. And in order for that to manifest in our reality, we have to come to a point where completely detached from the 3D reality, which is already an effect of you being the cause, and your emotions are the cause, and your thoughts and beliefs and emotions and attention are creating the vibration that is put out there and reflected in your reality. So we have to first come back from the 3D and really start nurturing the emotions inside of us, independently of what's going on, independently of how they are going to manifest, because this is the most amazing way to manifest, is that you don't tell the universe, this is what I want, because the more you are attached to something, you give importance to that. The biggest the importance you give to something, the biggest the space between you and that thing. So it feels far away, it feels in the future. And the more you think like, but this is really important for me because I need it and I want it, like the need and the want, the universe doesn't care, because it only cares about your vibration. So it makes sense that if you really need something, or you really want something, you are really in lack. So what are the emotions you're feeling? You're feeling fear and worry and insecurity, and even feeling, I don't know, small and frustrated and insignificant and abandoned and alone. So those emotions are going to create the situation and the circumstances outside of you. So you're going to see a lot of more not having. So understanding, and I know this is difficult for the ego mind to understand, that this is how we create reality, that you, the source, and your reality is the effect. So you, the source, you, the cause, has to come to feel inside of you rich before you can be rich. So before you can have that in the material world, however that is going to show up. So you have to feel rich before you can be rich. You have to feel, loved before you can experience love. And guess what happens when you realize that it's all on you? It's you deciding that you feel this way no matter what, because this is you. Your power is you deciding to feel the way you want to feel no matter what. But here's where I'm going to talk about the second manifestation killer, which is the negative self-talk. Now, what really negative self-talk is, understand that the more you think about something, and the more you activate these emotions that are related to those thoughts. So there's a lot of activated, so there's a lot of emotions, charged emotions, with thoughts that you've been thinking for months and probably for years and years and years. Now they create, because we are living in a mental universe, they create an entity. It's like a real consciousness that now it's feeding upon your energy. Now understanding that's your old self. That's a living consciousness that you created. So the moment you decide, well, I'm sick and tired of this reality, I just choose I choose the reality that I am healthy, or I am wealthy, or I am loved, or I am living in the most amazing relationship, or I am the luckiest person in the world. So whatever you decided is your new truth, this old self now is scared to death that you are going to abandon it. So it's going to start fighting for its life. And that is really the majority of the negative self-talk. It's not you. It's now you that you decide, your awareness says like, no, I want something else. I want that's my desired reality. So your negative self-talk is your old self trying to hook you back. So you is going to keep feeding it with your energy, because every time you get triggered, you're going to believe it's you, believe that those are your thoughts, and then you're going to get triggered into frustration or fear, and then there you go, you're glued back to your old self. So everything that's happening in your mind, all the thoughts that are not feeding into your desired reality, it's coming from your old self who wants you back. So what can you do? Now, first of all, you know that this is what's going on. So that creates a little bit of space, because you start not believing everything you think, which is the biggest step. And then you need a little bit of practice to become aware that's like, hey, it's again me thinking that's the same thing that I always keep thinking, and that's completely taking me away from what I actually desire. So they say, hey, that's not me. Something that helped me a lot is an affirmation, which is not really an affirmation, it's the truth. But I use this sentence a lot, and it helped me so much to starting to de-identify from this version of me who created that reality that I wanted to leave behind. And of course, I was able to create a lot of things, and I manifested a lot of things. But yet when I look back, I had one area of my life where I kind of just was recreating over and over the same reality, and I was not able to detach myself from that self or that entity or that version of me who just really loved being in that same ideas, same thoughts, coming to the same conclusion, doing the same thing. And that's what I learned, and I want to teach you here, that the majority, like 98% of people, believe that they first, in order to get to have what they want to have, they first have to do a lot of things so they can then have what they want, so they can finally be who they want to be, or actually feel how they want to feel. And that's where things are never going to work out. And this is who I did exactly the same thing. I believe that I just want to feel free, and just become aware that whatever is your desire is nothing else but a permission slip for you to feel the way you want to feel right now, but you are not feeling that way. So you create this desire as a middleman, saying like, when I have this thing, or I achieve this, or I manifest this, or I get this, then I'm going to feel secure, safe, happy, relaxed, content, free, whatever. But it's just we believing that we don't deserve to feel all these ways right here, right now, unless we get there. And that's the biggest lie, that's the biggest illusion, and that's the biggest recipe for suffering as well, because we feel bad until we can have that, so we can feel good. And reality works exactly backwards. It's because reality is based on your frequency, which 90, I don't know how much percent, but the biggest shareholders of your vibration are your emotions. So when we understand that manifestation, and then that's why I'm saying truly sit with that definition, you understand that it all starts inside of you. When you feel free inside of you, you don't really care. So you can be happy with it or without that car or that amount of money in your bank account. And that's the inner job. That's the only thing ever that you have to come to the conclusion that it's all about you, your inward emotion, the things that you feel. So how do you feel? The thing that it helped me to create that space and be able to disidentify, or better said, not believe the thoughts that I'm thinking, which I knew, like, oh, this is my old self. Like every negative thing, everything that was going against what I wanted, I knew it's not me. So I was saying it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. And that's true to emotions as well. So every time I was frustrated or I was angry or I was like, this is never going to get me anywhere, I knew that it's not me. So just recognize. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to attack them. You don't have to heal them. You don't have to do anything with them, because the more you engage, the more they're going to persist. And they're going to expand, actually. And the more you attack them, the more they persist. So like the only thing that works is that you don't engage. And the only way you don't engage is that you stop them right there and you say, it doesn't mean anything. So yeah, I hope this helped you with the negative talk, that you can disarm them very, very fast. Now, I would say a lot of time this will absolutely work, and it needs a little bit of consistency to keep saying, but that's not me, or even that would help, right? Like, that's not me, thank you, but no thank you, or that's not, like, just recognizing that that's your old self wanting you back, wanting your energy, that it's feeding it. Like every time you go like, wow, or frustrating, that's like, yay, it glues you back. So just awareness, be aware, and then no, and then say, yeah, but no, thank you, I'm not going there. And the more you do it, the I would say, the quieter your ego mind or that old self will get, because it will see that you are determined, that you are emotionally convicted, like you're so, this emotional conviction that you're like, no. And this is how I talk, like, no, definitely don't go there, because I now know that every negativity is just coming from that part of me who just wants to stay there where it was always, good, in the comfort zone, in that place that it's not a good place, but it's a known place. So we know ego mind doesn't want change, but we do. I hope this was helpful for you. I went a little bit longer, but I really wanted to share this so I can help you start taming that ego mind, because you are not that ego mind. You are the I am behind the ego mind. You are the awareness. You are that awareness, that divine consciousness who is experiencing this human character, or is experiencing through your human character and your human experience, and experiencing itself through your human experience. How cool that is.